how do you prepare for something like that?
Just gotta prepare the same way you do every week. Just gotta get better every day, and just continue to do what we've been doing and just getting better. They're a good defense, really good defense, and it's gonna be a big challenge.
Added motivation at all?
I don't know if it's added motivation. You're motivated every week to do well, and you just got to go out and prove it on the game field.
You get more running backs become healthy each week. How does that change what you guys can do as an offense out of this position?
Yeah, it definitely changed it a little bit. Now we have more guys that can come in at all times and maybe keep guys more fresh out there.
Do you look at it now as kind of a running back competition where you're fighting for every handoff that you're going to get?
Yeah, it's always a competition out there, but it's a good competition. We make each other better out there. We make each other work harder out there.
What can that add to the team offensively when you have a good stable of running backs instead of one guy that's going to get the ball 25 times a game?
Yeah, well, it just everyone's more fresh, I'd say, at all times. The more added motivation just to get better each and every day, knowing that someone's right on your hip trying to beat you out.
How fresh do you feel coming into this game? How much did the bye week help, especially as much as you were running the ball in those 3 games in a row?
Yeah, definitely. The bye week helped. Definitely a little bit. Wasn't feeling too bad after it, but yeah, my legs feel a lot better this week than they did last week, definitely.
Going into coming off of a bye week, does that kind of change the routine? It's a little bit weird going into this game when you haven't had the normal routine of Saturday game and then Sunday film, and you just kind of had this whole extra week to think about it.
I don't know if it's a little different maybe, but not really. We're focused. We're focused on this game. We're completely focused on Michigan State.
What does Michigan State's defense look like to you when you see them on film?
They're a tough defense, definitely. Physical defense, play hard, play through the whistles, and they tackle pretty well too. So it's going to be a big challenge for us.
It seems like they like to hit almost as hard as you do.
Yeah, they're a tough physical team.
Damon coming back in now, how does he change things for you?
Well, I don't know if it changed anything. I'm just going to prepare the same way I have been, just prepare to play as much as I can. We'll see. That's the coach's decision who's going to get all the reps.
Do you get the sense that you'll be playing both running back and fullback, or that you'd just be strictly?
We'll see. You have to ask the coaches about that right now.
In your mind, do you think you guys can work together in a backfield? I mean, you know his skills and yours.
Yeah, definitely. We can definitely work together out there. We did it before at the beginning of the year. I definitely think it can work.
I think we both have our own identities, but they're a good team. We're excited for it.
Teams played a couple of epic battles. You think back to '09, being up there and what that was like. Does that add any motivation going into this week?
I mean, no, not really. We're all motivated to win.
What do you remember from that '09 game, though?
It's a crazy game. I remember it went down to the last second. McNutt scored on that slant, and I remember the crowd was just wild.
This will be I know you guys went to Chicago, but this will be the first true road game. You mentioned the crowd was wild there. What are you expecting, and what do you do to prepare for this type of a road test?
I mean, we're expecting the crowd to be just as wild, too, I remember going up there, you could hardly hear. We're excited for the task.
Is there anything you tell some of the younger guys about what it's like to play in that environment?
Just relax and just play football. That's what we're here to do. Have fun.
A couple of years ago, you did the blowing out last year. You got blown out. Take anything from those 2 games? From last year's blowout at all?
Not really. No.
Nothing you can learn?
No.
Does it change the routine at all coming off of a bye week and going into where you have been playing a game every week and then all of a sudden you have this extra week off and now it's almost like starting over again, or is that really not?
I mean, no, not really. We had a tough week of practice last week, and we didn't want to, get off our routine. We had an extra week of preparation as well, so it worked out well.
These 2 teams are known for their defense. Do you think it's going to come down to a defensive struggle on Saturday?
We'll see.
You talked to Micah about what happened over the weekend?
I have not, no.
Coach said he's changed a few things in terms of some internal rules, a new curfew. Is there anything that you've noticed different now since Friday, even among the teams?
I mean, it's only been a couple of days, so I really can't tell anything as of now.
We've shown steps in the right direction, and this week certainly will be a tough test against such a good defense, but we're looking forward to the challenge.
Damon coming back, more options in the backfield. How does that make this offense tough to defend?
No, yeah, that's big, and we're looking forward to getting him back. I mean, obviously we know what Mark can do and Garmin, but having all 3 of them just with all their unique talents, is going to make it more difficult for defenses to defend.
Put up 31 points the past couple of games. Do you feel like your offense has turned the corner? You know?
I don't think we're necessarily there yet by any stretch, but I think we're getting more in sync and more comfortable with how things are called, and the game plan, just the overall comfortability of the offense, I think, has grown on everybody, and we're looking forward to taking that next step because there's a lot of things we can still do better.
What is that next step?
Well, just total cleanliness. There's not a real answer to that, but just better execution overall for a longer period of time.
Is there more pressure going into a game like this where it's such a highly touted defense? Or do you put any more pressure on yourself to execute better? Or
No, I think you take the same approach. I mean, obviously they have good players and a good scheme, and it's been like that for a while. But the name of the game on offense is executing, and we just have to make sure we execute to give ourselves that best chance.
Do you think that the physicality or just the hard hitting the Spartan defense will have an effect on Mark Wiseman's running strategy, going north-south, just kind of bulldoze through everything?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think his strategy obviously conflicts what they like to do. They like to stop the run. Mark likes to run for 200, so that'll obviously be interesting. But Mark's up to the task, Damon's up to the task, whoever we have back there. It's still just playing football, even though they are really good defense.
James, your offensive line hasn't been sacked last 4 games. General questions on what you've seen from them on defense?
Well, I think just a lot of growth by our guys, and we had some guys who were kind of just playing for the first time, so they've been getting better week in and week out, and just dealing with the checks and the different protections. So that group's only going to get better, especially with James holding them all together in the middle.
Safe to say that's a big reason why Mark's had such a big game the past couple of games?
Yeah, I think that especially in the run game, they've been the reason for a lot of our success. They've been doing a really good job of moving people around, and that obviously is going to be harder this week, but we still look to have that balance.
Given how good Michigan State is up front with that line, how important is it for you guys in the passing game to sort of soften them up, like, kind of hitting them outside?
Well, yeah, I think when you play a really good defense, which Michigan State certainly is, you can't be one-dimensional in any way on any down. You got to be able to kind of do it all the time and kind of try to keep them off their toes. So if that means completing more balls or running more outside zone or inside zone, we got to mix it up as much as possible to make sure they're not just teeing off on us.
I mean, they're a fantastic defense. We just got to come to practice, work on what we think, we can, take advantage of on their defense, and just put those down to a key and, just play our style of offense.
Yeah, I know you're motivated every week, but is there extra this week knowing also that they're number one in run defense, and we've got Mark having such a great year and trying to get numbers there?
I mean, yeah, Mark's he's a hardworking kid. He runs tough. He runs hard. Like you said, they're a great defense, but I mean, we're just gonna come out there and play football.
Oh, sorry, man.
How do you explain the fact that you guys gave up all those sacks that opening week, and you guys have just turned it on these last 2 weeks, haven't given up anything, really been protecting James?
I mean, that's the thing we worked on. Obviously, I mean, Northern Illinois, they have great DNs, great inside. There's great defense all around, but that's the thing we've been working on during practice. Setting and all that, and just punching. And I think we've improved, but I mean, there's always room for improvement. So we're just gonna keep working on that.
How much do you think this offense as a whole has moved forward these last few weeks?
I mean, I think we've taken a couple big steps forward, but like I said, there's always room for improvement, and we're just going to keep focusing on that.
So you talked about the things that you improved on. What do you feel you spent the bye week doing?
I mean, really everything. Setting your pass game, stepping the run game, punching. I mean, pretty much everything. We've done everything we did before practice, after practice. So I mean, we just kept working on that and just kept improving.
I did. I watched a lot of tape.
He's got family.
Got a lot of relaxation. Trying to make sure I was still on top of things at school back in order. That's about it.
So you step out of football then a little bit?
We had practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday was just running. For the most part, getting away from a little bit.
At Michigan State, first real road game of this for you guys. Communication is going to be loud. How do you simulate that in practice as far as getting checks down the line, things like that?
In the past, we haven't done it yet, being literally. And in the past, they've played music, so we have to make sure everybody hears what's going on. And then we can practice making sure we're loud and make sure we know what we're doing.
How much of an introduction do you get to Michigan State during the bye week? And I ask because obviously it's different from, okay, you're just finding out and then
I mean, we individually watched a lot of tape, and then we had a little walkthrough on Thursday, and Sunday we had like actual practice day against them.
How do you play, or how do you handle a team that basically has such aggressive linebackers? I mean, they play gap control, obviously, or crash gaps, like they did on Saturday, and they didn't make any bones about it. We're coming, can you pick us up in time? And what type of challenge does that take?
You just got to be ready to go when it comes. And fast plays, they have this double plug and wham X, we call it. And so be stout when they're coming in hard like that, and be ready for them to run and ready for them to run over top of double teams that we try to set up.
Good take.
This is a team that wants to shove the ball right down your guys', right up the gut. Is that a team? Do you like that better than the spread?
Yeah, I like this type of football a lot better. It's a big team. That's why I came to play football here. They're definitely a powerhouse running school, so we don't have very much focus.
What kind of challenges does that present for the line?
Huge, because we got to help us.
Definitely made a mistake. Got to learn from it. It was a stupid decision by my part, but I got to learn from it. And we got a tough game on Saturday. I got to prepare for. So that's the next step.
How difficult was it to make the call? What did you coach?
Of course it was difficult. It was a disappointing phone call. Obviously you felt like you had definitely let some people down. Definitely I apologize to my family, of course, coaches, my teammates, because I'm sure they had to hear a lot from my decision. But it was a hard decision to call Coach Wilson and Coach Ferentz and let them know what happened. But they're standing by me. They're father figures in my life, so it's a good thing to have them in my life. So they handled it pretty well, and I just got to learn from it.
You have been a captain prior to this. Now you won't be a captain this week. Is that one of the penalties? Does that hurt? Does that hurt?
Oh, definitely does hurt my. I feel it because I've since I've been here, I've tried to lead my team. Obviously in the right direction, and this year being my senior year, I wanted to definitely have the captain's name underneath my belt. But it's unfortunate. Like I said, it's my life. I got to learn from it.
Are you surprised you're playing this weekend? Were you ever worried that it would be a suspension?
I knew Coach would handle it, pretty well. Like he said to you guys, I'm pretty sure, and he said to me, I've been in pretty good shape since I've been here. I haven't really been in any trouble. I've been kept my nose clean, so I've tried to I just knew he's gonna come up with the best decision possible, and I'm fortunate I get to play on Saturday, and I'm gonna go out there and play my best.
Did you make both phone calls? Did you actually call Kirk, or did Coach Wilson call Kirk?
To be honest, I don't think that really matters.
Right. Okay.
I honestly, I talked to him, and when I got out, so that's the number one thing.
What do you learn from something like this? You said it's a learning experience. What do you take out of this?
It's anything can happen to anybody. I'm sure everyone has their beliefs of what happened out there, and it's just like when we lose a football game, everyone has their beliefs on what we should have done and this and that. But at the end of the day, it's all in house. Our football team, we know what we have to do, and I know what I should have did. So it's the same thing. It correlates to a football game, and I think Coach Ferentz does a good job of keeping our information in house, and that's definitely what I'm looking for.
What was it like when the cops caught up with you, though? I mean, did you, what was going through your mind at that point in time?
To be honest, it was an incident that could have very easily been resolved, but just going through my head, I just felt like I let a lot of people down, obviously, and that was just the number one thing.
Do you feel it was kind of just you were kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time, or this is just something that could have been easily avoided?
No, it definitely could have been avoided. It wasn't one of them situations. I felt it just escalated to where it shouldn't have. But it could have easily been resolved, and it didn't have to get that far. But it did. So, like I said, I got to learn from it.
You still feel like you have something to truth maybe will come out in the legal process?
Oh yeah, I definitely believe it will. Like I said, you know, I as of right now, you know, I know Coach Ferentz knows the truth, and I know that you know he's keeping it in house and stuff like that. So, as far as you know, everybody else, you know, having their own stories and this and that, I could care less. I know that Coach Ferentz knows. I know that my teammates know. I know that, you know, like my coaches and my family know. So it's, I mean, you see it on TV all the time when people get in trouble. You want to speculate on what really happened and this and that, and you hear it in the media, but you got to kind of look through the media and see what people really see what the problem really was. And but I know what the problem was. I know the people close to me do too, and so. Maybe someday it might get out. You know, I could care less. I just know that people close to me know I know.
Well, Micah, here's your chance. What in your eyes? What happened?
I got a game to prepare for and stuff like that. So I'm not going to.
So you're saying though, if you know more details that would maybe shed a more positive light on you that we don't know, a lot more that happened in this thing.
You know, like I said, you know, I got a game to prepare for. You know, I got a big week ahead of me. You know, just like my teammates do. You know, we got to prepare for this weekend. I'm not, you know, going into detail with all this stuff. Just, you know, it's just unfortunate. I made a mistake, and you know, I have to learn from it, me personally, and you know, I apologize to people once again.